Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Fortnite video. Now tonight's video is going to be sort of unique and it's a topic that we're going to talk about the normal SMG, the unsilenced SMG, the only one that's left in the game, versus the P90 and which one is better based on the variants, the color, and the situation. Now this may seem like a dumb conversation. You might just think, well, P90s are gold and purple, SMGs are gray, green, and blue, so obviously P90s are better, but that may or may not be the case. I'm going to break down some statistics to back it up and to talk about all that in today's video. If you guys could drop a like, let's go for 1,000 likes. That would be absolutely amazing. Also, if the audio sounds a little bit different, it's because I'm recording this in a different room than I usually do. It's just a one-off thing. So if the audio is a little bit different or a little bit worse, next video it'll be back to normal. But I think it should be fine. I'm holding the microphone in my hand and I kind of feel like I'm about to spit a hot verse right now. But anyway, drop a like. Let's go for 1,000. Subscribe if you guys are new and let's talk about it. So a professional player, he's also a content creator, streamer, YouTuber by the name of I'm Marksman. He's the one that basically, or at least where I saw it from, he posted this on Reddit and he also made a video talking about his thoughts and why he takes the SMG, and now I think a lot of pro players are starting to do it as well, over the P90, and he has some stats to back it up. Now I want to make this video too, and full credit to him, like this is amazing, you know, this is what the community is about, finding things in the game and discussing it. This is the stuff that I love to do, so shout out to I'm Marksman for that, and I'm going to talk about it, my opinion on it, and basically what I'm seeing about it, because it's a big thing in the community. A lot of people are thinking P90 is way better. A lot of people are thinking SMG is way better. And while I'm Marksman's perspective was for more of a competitive scene, where in competitive and in professional play, obviously every player you're running against is basically Ninja, right? Every player is super, super good. Every player is at the level of Ninja and Tfue, right? Or maybe not every player, but, you know, because those guys are super duper good. But, you know, professional players, they're all around that level, right? So when you see changes, like perhaps if, you know, we're going to have to wait and see, this is in the early stages, but perhaps if everyone is taking the SMG over the P90 in professional play, how do people like myself, and I know a lot of people that watch this channel who just play casual matches, but maybe you try to pub stomp or play, you know, you take normal solos pretty seriously, what does that mean for us? And that's what I want to talk about in today's video. So we'll go over it all and then we'll talk about it right now, and I'll give you guys basically my opinion, and then you guys can leave yours in the comment section down below. Now this isn't a video to tell you guys what to use. You're feel free to use whatever you want, but let's talk about it. So basically the reason why I'm Marksman says that, basically what his argument is that the green SMG is better than the purple P90 and that the blue SMG is better than the gold P90. The gray one is not in this conversation, right? So basically what it comes down to is damage and fire rate. So he's saying that basically your damage per second is going to be a little bit higher when you use the green SMG versus the purple P90, or the blue SMG versus the gold P90. And that is true based on the fact that, of course, your SMGs hit for less damage than the P90, right? You're going to be hitting for 1 to 3 points less depending on the variant you have, but the fire rates are actually quicker. And the fire rate of the P90, of course, is a 10. That's what Fortnite listed as, with a 40 magazine. And then the fire rate of the SMG is a 12 with a 30 magazine. So you may think, okay, P90 fires a bit slower, but it's got more in the magazine, so it's still better, right? Well, then we have to get into reload time. And the thing with the reload time with the green and blue SMGs, it's around 2.2 or 2.3 seconds, depending on the color. But the gold P90 is 3 seconds. And this is where the combo really, the debate goes in. Now, of course, that is kind of even if you're basing it off of how many bullets are in the weapon. But when it comes down to the fire rate, over time, even if you're, you know, if you're counting reloads, like over the time of 30 seconds or a minute, the actual SMG will be doing more damage and getting more shots off than the P90. So because of that fire rate and the DPS, this is basically where this comes into play. Now, what I'm Marksman says, and what all the pro players are saying around being the SMG so good, is that the fact is, with its reload time being 2.2 seconds and the time to pop a mini being 2 seconds, you know, when you're putting pressure on the enemy and they're basically boxed in a 1v1, one by one, or they're building stuff like that, they won't have time. Sure, 2.2 seconds, 2 seconds, but you got to remember, they have to use the animation to pull out the mini, they have to switch to the mini, they have to build a wall when you're spraying it currently down. So with an SMG, you actually can apply more pressure and do more damage. That is a fact with the SMG, and once again, this is the green over the purple P90, and then the blue over the gold P90. So that is a fact. You actually can apply more pressure, and it makes it harder for the enemy to get that mini off. On the other hand of that, the P90, of course, has its strengths as well, and that's why I'm not really sure which is better. It's all situational, and I want to hear your guys' opinions in the comment section down below. So yes, it is true, the damage is less on the per bullet for the SMG, but the damage over time is going to be more because of that reduced reload time and sped up fire rate. Now, this also helps in other ways. Like I said, yes, you can, it's harder for an enemy to pop a mini on you because of the time between reloads is very, very quickly. However, you are going to be having to reload more often, which is going to expose you a little bit more, which is kind of a weakness. But another strength is that with the fire rate being better, even if people are turbo building based on latency and lag and ping in the game, your chances with a 12 fire rate versus a 10 to sneak a shot through that turbo build is a lot better with the SMG. So you can see the SMG does have a lot of strengths over the P90, and statistically, technically, it may be better, right? Even though the variant is of a less, green. Once again, this is comparing the green to the purple and the blue to the gold. If it's between a green and a gold, you should still go with the gold based on the statistics because the DPS of the gold will be better. And that's basically because these damages are a little bit different. Now, what is good about the P90? Because I don't think this means you should ever take the SMG over the P90 every single time. Of course, it's situational. In a shorter fight, the P90 might be better because you might not even have to reload one time with those 40 bullets. In a more elongated fight, the SMG might be better, right? However, the other thing you have to remember too is that it does less damage per shot, and the headshot multiplier goes off the damage, right? So it doubles that. So if you are hitting more headshots, I believe the P90 will be better as well. And on the same angle to that, if you have bad aim and whatever shot you hit is kind of a lucky shot, the P90 might be better there as well if you have bad aim. However, yes, the SMG is statistically better in most ways when it comes down to it. Now, what does this mean? Personally, what does this mean? We can talk about this all day. Yes, it is situational, and the SMG is not better in every category. The P90 is not better in every category, but in a professional setting and when you have people boxed in and against the ropes, that SMG is probably better at killing them. Now, what does this mean? Does this mean that I'm going to take the P90 over the SMG? I'm not sure yet. It all comes down to personal preference and what you're comfortable with, and that's what I say with the P90 and the tac shotgun and the heavy and the double as well. It doesn't matter if everyone says the double barrel is the best shotgun. If every time you use it, you suck with it, maybe you're just not, your playstyle doesn't fit it, right? And that's why I think that what this means is, first of all, it means do not risk your life for a P90 when you have an SMG because it really isn't worth it. Even if you think the P90 is better, it's going to be a very, very minimal difference, between these two. So that's what I definitely cleared up, because before looking at the statistics, most people would assume, oh, a gold and a blue, it's not even close, right? You're going to take it every single time. But this all depends on the situation. So I think that if you're going to have enemies boxed up and you're going to be in build fights like that where you need to sneak shots through, that's where you're going to want to go with the SMG. However, for a finishing weapon, it all depends on personal preference. And if you're going to ask me which do I think is better, it's situational, right? And the thing with Fortnite is that it's the same map every time, but much like a game like League of Legends, Fortnite, they're super popular games, and it's the same map every time, but there's millions of scenarios that can happen, and that's why it can really depend on what it is. So what I suggest for you guys to do is, first of all, I want to hear you guys' opinions in the comment section down below. I want to hear what you guys think about this newfound info. Are you guys going to be taking the SMG over the P90? Personally, me, I'm going to be testing it in game a little bit more and feeling what I'm more comfortable with. It all does depend, right? Having that 40 bullets is nice, and a lot of times you do want to finish a gunfight, especially in a casual match. Like I said, marksman's perspective was more for professional. You're not going to kill a professional with one clip usually, right? It's going to be an elongated fight because they know how to build. In a casual match, having that extra 10 bullets might be key because it may be the difference between doing 0 reloads in a fight and doing 1 reload. So there's a million things to account here, but the bottom line is these weapons are a lot closer than you think, and statistically, the SMG does have a bunch of advantages. As far as the gray SMG, I don't think that the gray SMG is it's not comparable just because the damage is less. Of course, your fire rates are going to be similar, but the damages are going to be less, as well as one more thing to point out, which I almost forgot, which is the accuracy of the weapons, because that does matter, right? The P90 is more accurate. It's a gold weapon. There's less bloom on it. It's going to be more accurate than the SMG. However, when you're accounting with the amount of shots you're going to take and the DPS, if you're landing every shot, yes, the SMG will be better, but like I said, P90 is a tiny bit more accurate. Now, how much more accurate is it? That's up to you as a player to decide, because we really don't have any statistics on how much better the P90 is in terms of accuracy and bloom over the SMG. And this is the same sort of debate you might see with the blue AR and the like the purple gold scar. But I think the difference with the scar is it's clear that the silent scar, I'm talking about the silent scar, it's clear that the silent scar, while the damage may be a little bit less, the accuracy of that and the first shot accuracy of that silent scar, it's non-debatable. It's amazing. So what this comes down to is, what are you trying to accomplish, and how do you feel the accuracy difference is? And that's all up to personal feelings, you know? So in my opinion, is the SMG better than P90? Yes, in a competitive aspect. I do agree, it is better in a competitive aspect. Is it better for a casual game? No one has the answer, because it depends on the type of players you're going to run into and the situations. But I want to get your guys' opinions down in the comment section down below, and I'm gonna start trying to take it over the P90 sometimes, but then eventually, you know, obviously I want to play with this. This is a newfound idea, and then eventually I'll come to, you know, my conclusion. And it'll be interesting to see if all pro players lean towards the SMG now, or if some pro players still take the P90. Like I said, the P90 is not a bad gun. The SMG is not a bad gun. It's just one is better than the other, and the other is better than the other in different types of situations. Anyway, hope you guys did enjoy this video. This is sort of my opinions on it, and I wanted to take what Marksman was talking about with a competitive aspect and bring it into a casual, and I don't have a direct answer for you. The P90, if you have bad aim, the P90 is going to be better for you. If you want to finish fights without reloading and you have bad aim, the P90 is going to be better for you. If you get into more build fights and you want to sneak some shots through those builds and put the pressure on enemies so they don't heal, the SMG is better. And that's all I can give for you guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop a like, subscribe if you guys new. Have a great night, and that's about it. I'm out. Peace.